Now to Syria, where several dozen rebel groups have announced that they are breaking away from the main political opposition group, the Turkey-based Syrian National Coalition. This fragmentation could be a setback to Western efforts to unify moderates battling President Bashar al-Assad's regime. With so many individual rebel groups now operating across Syria, there are increasing reports of infighting and defection. Lina Sinjab has taken this look at the situation.
Who is fighting who in Syria? Well, it's not as simple as official forces versus rebels. The main rebel group, the Free Syrian Army, or FSA, was formed in late 2011 by civilians and army defectors. But many different anti-government brigades and battalions sprang up across Syria. An internationally backed meeting was called to try and unify them, and the Supreme Military Council was established. 5 military councils were appointed to different fronts within the country. General Salim Idris heads the control room in Turkey and tries to coordinate fighting. But hundreds of groups are affiliated with the Supreme Military Council, and they don't always agree. And it gets more complicated. There are also fighters with links to Al-Qaeda. The most well-known is the Islamic State of Iraq and Sham, or ISIS, made up of mainly foreign fighters with a radical Islamist agenda. They are opposed by most of the rebels. So, where are they all? The suburbs of Damascus are mainly controlled by moderate Islamists, but there are also secular groups, especially further south. The government controls most of Homs, but some areas are controlled by Islamist or moderate rebels. Hama and the coast are also mainly under government control, but there are rebels in the mountains around Idlib, with Al-Qaeda fighters the most powerful there. And on the Eastern Front, there is another group in the mix, with Kurdish rebels joining the fight. It's most complicated in the north. Almost all the different brigades operate here, with fierce clashes taking place between Al-Qaeda's ISIS and the FSA. And it's this development that has forced the rebels groups to reunite and refocus the battle. It's no longer only just about toppling President Assad, but also eliminating Al-Qaeda from Syria.
Stay with us on BBC News. There's much more to come. We have a special report on the role of women in Chinese society and those trying to break gender stereotypes.
Once considered the center of the world, at a crossroads between